Okay. Hello, my name is Nicole Klepcyk, and this is my initial interview with a member from one of my Discourse communities. I'm a nursing student at the University of Cincinnati College of Nursing, so I chose to do nursing students as my Discourse community, and I chose to interview one of my classmates, Emily McCracken. Would you like to introduce yourself really quickly?
Yeah, hello, my name is Emily McCracken. I am a fourth year nursing student at the University of Cincinnati.
So, how did you decide that you wanted to study nursing and join the nursing?
When I was younger, my sister had a really bad allergic reaction to some tree nuts. And I watched my mom in an emergency situation be really calm and help to save my sister's life. And I felt really inspired by the healthcare members that are in my family to go ahead and try to make nursing my own personal profession.
So what are some positives of being a member of the nursing and nursing student community?
I think one of the biggest positives for me is the quality of friendships that I've made in my nursing program. Nursing school can be really tough, and there are a lot of other students willing to support one another and work with one another and study with one another. So I've built great community while I've been in nursing school.
Let's see, what's the most valuable thing that you've learned from your experience?
The most valuable thing that I've learned is the importance of remaining compassionate in patient care. A lot of older, experienced nurses can sometimes lose that in their patient care. And I've had the opportunity to work with other nursing professors who really emphasize the need of compassionate patient care. So I think that's the most important thing that I've learned.
For sure. So there are different nursing specialties within our field. Is there like a specific type of nursing career that you're looking or like interested in?
Yeah, so I'm interested in doing emergency medicine. I'm also really interested in working with the pediatric population.
And I know that University of Cincinnati has a co-op program. Are you involved in that?
Yeah, so I am currently co-oping in Cincinnati Children's Base Emergency Department. So just like I said, I'm passionate about emergency medicine with pediatrics.
So if you could recommend like a co-op program to other nursing students, would you recommend that they get involved and like why would you?
Absolutely. I think in the beginning of my co-op program, I had very limited knowledge and limited skills and assessment opportunities. And since working in my co-op, I've really developed confidence in my ability to perform skills and place IVs and catheterize. And I've really been able to develop as a nurse before I even graduate nursing school. So it's been really nice.
It's very valuable. And then like what are some qualities that you believe a nurse or a nursing student have before they get into it?
Yes, I think that the most important qualities are determination. I think it's very challenging to be a nurse as well as to be a nursing student. So being determined and never really losing sight as to why you started or why you want to continue on being a nurse is really important. Compassion is really important, just really understanding that you're taking care of people in their most vulnerable states and being willing to like simply just care for them in their most vulnerable state is really important. I also think organization is really important, just with being able to manage your time while you're taking care of multiple patients at once and being able to lay everything out so you can prioritize like the order of things that you need to do.
Perfect. Are there any qualities that you think you've gained through your experience in nursing school that you feel is a profession?
I think that I really developed confidence while being in nursing school. I think that starting off in clinical, like sophomore year, I was terrified to touch a patient or to like say anything goofy in a patient's room. And now that I'm a senior and I'm about to graduate, I've really become more confident in talking to families and talking to patients. And with being in peds, it's really kind of like developmentally communicating appropriately with your patient, as well as like communicating with families, and utilizing all the resources that my organization has for all of them. So
Have you ever questioned your decision to become a nurse?
I think in nursing school, there have been a couple of moments where I have questioned what the heck I'm doing. But I know at the end of the day that the challenge is worth it and all the work is worth it. So I think I'd be lying if I said no, but yeah.
Um, this is just kind of fun. Like, what class did you enjoy the most in nursing?
I think I really enjoyed pediatrics the most. I really never saw myself working solely with kids until I participated in my DEU with children's. So when I worked one-on-one with a nurse on their GI floor, I just kind of fell in love with like taking care of kids. So yeah.
Did you have like any one experience during that DEU that like really made you for sure want to do pediatrics?
Yeah, so I took care of a baby who was about 3 months old, and there were a lot of social concerns going on with the family, not really visiting this kid. And like my heart just kind of like sank because it was like this very precious life, and like this child didn't have many supports. And I watched as the nurses on the unit really like took charge of making sure that this patient was like held and loved on and played with. And just like watching nurses go above and beyond for kids. Also, another like experience was just kind of like watching these nurses care for a family as a whole versus just like one adult was really impactful for me. And I just felt like there was so much meaning to the work that was going on, and I really wanted to join.
Okay. And then since we talked about your favorite class, what was your least favorite class?
I think it's probably pharmacology was my least favorite.
Yeah.
Just very complex, a lot of like memorization, a lot of challenges between remembering like brand names and generic names and like letting those be used interchangeably. It was just a very challenging course for me. So,
It is a very hard course. I know we
yes.
kind of talked about an experience that impacted you, but like, were there any other experiences that really impacted you that you felt like you changed as a person from that experience?
Yeah, so in my co-op this summer, I witnessed my first patient death, which was really like impactful on me as a person. It put a lot more of like when you're in nursing school, you know that like patients are going to die and not everybody is going to make it. But like putting a feeling to that personally for me was really challenging. And I think it really changed the way that like it changed my heart in nursing, kind of like really recognizing exactly what I'm doing and like the importance of what I'm doing. So it kind of has motivated me to be more cognizant of what's going on and being more compassionate whenever families are in really vulnerable situations, even if they're not quite at the point of death, but like understanding like the family's perspective and the family's emotions a lot more after that experience. So I don't think I'll ever be the same after witnessing a death. So
Um,
yeah.
so what was your greatest personal achievement and why?
My greatest personal achievement in nursing school, or yeah, I think my greatest personal achievement was even getting into the nursing program.
Mhm.
Um, I was pre-nursing before getting into the nursing program, so I was up against a lot of competition between other freshmen and sophomores from other programs trying to apply to get into UC's program. And it was just a really challenging year knowing that I didn't have a guaranteed spot in the nursing program and knowing that there was such a thorough application process that we had to go through. So my greatest personal achievement was opening up the email that said, "Congratulations, you've been accepted."
Awesome. And do you feel that you were able to grow as a person through being enrolled in nursing school? If so, like how did you grow?
Absolutely. I feel like I have grown in many different ways. I've grown a lot in this past year with my co-op program, just in like being willing to speak up, like even to doctors as a nursing student can be really like challenging. But like when I see something that's not quite right, it's really important for me to like speak up and share that. And I've been right in situations like in the emergency department in which the doctor was like, "Oh, you're right." And like that is like really brave, I feel like. Developing like prioritization skills, definitely, and confidence always. Just the more that you work at something, the more confidence you gain. So
For sure. And the last question I have for you is what insight could you give to future nursing students that are interested in this career path?
I would say that there are going to be moments where you're questioning everything, and there are going to be moments where you don't perform as well on something that you think that you were doing amazing on, and like not to be discouraged and to take heart and always go back to why you chose to do this and why you chose that you wanted to be a nurse, and know that it's all going to pay off when you pass your NCLEX and you become a nurse.
Well, thank you so much for talking with me. I really feel like I know you a lot better and know the nursing student community a lot better. So thank you.
Of course.